We are currently at Slam Dunk South in Hatfield right now. We actually just wrapped up our spring headliner out in the States, and then we flew out here for Slam Dunk, and we have one more festival to wrap up for the spring leg, and then we're off. When it comes to designing for the Asking Alexandria guys, they really wanted like a very straightforward, elegant, very powerful look. So we ended up doing a bunch of LED bars. Wanted to make it fast-paced. I wanted to make it hard-hitting, like right in your face, but also tasteful at the same time with gobos and eye-catching pixel mappable shows. I sent them a couple renders and they're like, this is it. Once they saw it at pre-pro, they're like, this is great. I'm very, very, very happy with how it came out. We went with an all Chauvet rig for this one with elation as well. So I ended up using the Colorado Solo battens for the pixel map LED bar look, and then we added in the Chauvet Maverick Pixis. What's nice about those is that they have the pixel rings on it, so I was able to add that with the pixel bars. A lot of house rigs that I've come across lately are starting to incorporate the wash fixtures that have the pixel map features. The one thing I wanted to really accomplish was not go too heavy with movements and like hard-hitting strobes. I wanted that elegant, cool pixel map look for the guys. When we went to the co-headliner last year, that's when I really dove into the time-coded side of it. I went full time-code for this one. There was some small elements that I would bust, but majority of their show is fully time-coded. I was using the Tiger Touch 2 on the tour, and the one thing I really like about the Avolites software is the timeline features. I was able to build a lot of playbacks, a lot of cue stacks I was able to throw in with the time codes. This time around I wanted to dive into more of the pixel mapping, and it was something that I learned a lot too when I was designing it. Stuff that I was like, oh wow, I didn't think I could do this. But then once I actually saw it in front of me on the previs, and then when I was working with the physical rig itself, and just seeing like that vision, I was like, this is awesome. We'll come into certain venues that don't have like my moving wash, or they don't have like my moving spots that I pre-programmed in to the time code show for house rigs. So really adapting to that is it can be challenging sometimes, but working on the Able really has helped adapt fully and making my shows come to life even more. I usually use my Titan Mobile to work on the previs and work on the general start of it, and then I'll bring in like my road console with me, whether it's the Tiger Touch 2 or the Arena, and that's when I'll really dive in. I think having the physical console in front of me is really, really, really helpful, especially with pre-programming ahead of time, and then once you go into full pre-pro with full rehearsals, after the band sees the full show, and then they give me notes like, hey, can we try this? Can we change this? Like, it's been a very big collaboration with the Asking guys. They have their notes, and I had my vision, so it's like we really collabed on a lot on these designs, and it really showed. Like I keep saying, like I'm so proud of how this design came out. Tech support is definitely something that's very important. I called my US rep and they would walk me through like, hey, check this, or it sounds like this, So I think definitely having a support is very, very, very helpful. So when it comes to any outdoor shows, especially at festivals, during the day, usually I bump up my positions a little more, so they're not more so on the band, they're more so like doing like a cool like aerial effect, and that's where like I'll bump the haze up a bunch to where it'll catch those beams and still add that eye-catching visual, less strobes and more movement. Whereas if we played at night, it's more of like the actual like hard-hitting heavy strobe, a little bit of movement still with those eye-catching gobos and pixel maps. There's so many ideas that I wanted to dive into with different LED bar fixtures, moving LED bars. I would love to really dive into that and adapt that into our shows.